Hey guys, it's Ravenclaw Lover, or if you're coming from my web page, ThatNerdyIdiot. I'm going to be reading GeorgeXReader The War today. This was actually requested by two of my fellow YouTubers who are actually also new to YouTube, Mr. Gaming Bean and Little Seal Gaming. If you've watched some of my other videos, you will have noticed my Harry Potter Lego reviews, which was actually Little Seal Gaming was the one that originally introduced me to Lego reviews, and they're the reason I started my Lego reviews, so please do check them out. Yeah. Anyway, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to change reader's name to Luna. Yeah, because no one knows my name yet. Not for at least a few more months. Yeah, get my channel to 50 subscribers and name reveal, face reveal, the lot, obviously. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into the video, I guess. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I will link the two other channels I previously mentioned in the description below. So let's just get on with this video. I'm rambling. You're just here to hear GeorgeXReader The War, or GeorgeXLuna The War, because the reader is Luna. I'm tired, okay? Don't judge. I do change some of the wording during the video because I am not happy with the wording. I might go back and edit it later and have that exact wording that I use in the channel here. But do come check out the ThatNerdyIdiot Wattpad page. Please, I'd love it if you all checked it out if you haven't already checked it out, because some of you may have come from my Wattpad page already. Some of you might just be Potterheads that have stumbled across Ravenclaw Lover channel on YouTube or one of my other videos through watching Harry Potter YouTube videos that you watch. Yes. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Anyway, GeorgeXReader The War. The war was over, though some of the Death Eaters got away. I ran to the Great Hall looking for my boyfriend, George. I found all the Weasleys, Harry and Hermione, around Fred, who was dead. I moved over to them and saw George crying over the death of his twin. Molly saw me and let me through. She was also in tears over the death of her son. George, I said softly, moving closer to him. Luna, you're okay, he said, jumping up, still crying about his brother. He put a fake smile on his face as he hugged me. Of course, I'm still alive. I have a promise to keep. I'm sorry Fred died. Don't worry about me. Let's go back home. I stumbled, looking around, seeing my parents hand in hand, laying dead. Luna, I don't want to leave him, he cried. I know, George. I hugged him again, placing a kiss to his cheek. Molly pulled me away moments later. She took me over to where my parents lay dead. Luna dear, I know you want to comfort him, but you should go look after Ted. That's what your parents would have wanted, she said, looking over to my mother and father. I don't want to leave my parents. I don't want to believe they're dead. Dad was an awesome father and werewolf. Mum was a great aura mother, and she was a great prankster. I really don't want to believe they're dead, but I know I need to face it and be strong, I told her. Luna, I hear George say my name. I turn around just as George grabbed me in a hug as tears started running down my face. Let's go grab Teddy from your grandmother's house. I nodded. I was happy I wouldn't have to do this alone. George would help me. George held me tight as he apparated to my grandmother's house, which saddened me even more, because I had never been there without my parents. George sensed the pain and squeezed me tighter and rubbed my back, as my father used to do when I was sad. He led me to the door and rang the doorbell. I heard Teddy cry, and before long my grandma opened the door. She saw my tears and she grabbed me and pulls me into a hug. Your parents loved you and Teddy so much. In case something happened, they told me to give you Teddy. I nodded in response before going in and grabbing Teddy from his cradle, comforting him, then returning to George, who hugged me once again. Bye, Gran. Feel free to visit. Then we apparated to the house I grew up in. George squeezed me before taking Teddy from my arms and walking into Teddy's nursery. I walked around for a bit. This place is so big. Maybe we can keep it and we don't have to change it. We can live here with Teddy, start a new life, George said, finally finding me in my parents' room. I think that's a great idea, George, I said, looking around. I felt some strong, warm arms wrap around me, so I leaned back into the man behind me. He let go and I walked into the nursery where Teddy was crying. I picked him up and started to sing him a lullaby. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Mummy and Daddy are watching over you. Sissy's gonna protect you. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. You're safe at home. As I finished the lullaby and put him into bed, I wiped a tear from my eyes as I feel a hand on my shoulder. Let's let him sleep and head downstairs, George whispered in my ear. I leant back, tears running down my eyes. I nodded before he guided me to the lounge room, and we sat down on the couch. He wiped away my tears as I thought about all the years spent in this house, with my parents, the year my father taught me at Hogwarts, the Order, finding out I was going to have a brother. I couldn't believe it was all over. Another chapter in our lives were about to open, and Teddy had hardly begun his book, and our parents were gone. And that's the end of that book. Yeah, definitely changed some of the wording. It is my oldest one-shot, so can't expect it to be perfect. In my opinion, my writing does get better. But yeah, that's the end of this video. Check out the 2 YouTube channels that I told you about earlier. And like, subscribe,